I have a friend who had an accident and she broke her wrist. She had a cast on her wrist for more than 2 months. And then she had to do hand therapy to restore the movement of her hand. The recovery process is so slow. She has been on sick leave and away from work for more than 4 months. This period of time, she's kind of forced to slow down in life. She spends a lot of time reading the Bible and praying. And also because she has a lot of time, she reflects on her life and her experiences in life. She thinks that this accident may be actually a blessing in disguise. This period of time that she is being held back from her usual busy life is actually a good opportunity for her to rethink about life and to see what her priorities in life are. Don't know whether you agree or not. I think it is so true. We need time in life to slow down, to reflect on life, to re-energize ourselves, to have visions and dreams in life, and to move on, rather than keeping the routine going day by day. A psychologist, Erik Erikson, defines adulthood as the developmental stage of generativity, when we begin to wonder what we have to pass on to the next generation. Too often we discover that what we are doing is actually the opposite of generativity, which is stagnation. In stagnation, we do not fulfill our dreams, and we find ourselves involved in doing what we really do not enjoy, or doing what is not really rewarding. We are just like on a life's treadmill, staying in motion all the time, keeping busy doing things, without actually living life itself and what it means to be alive. Life like this is kind of empty. In our emptiness, God calls us to a place of quietness to restore our souls. The place of quietness is safe and comforting, which is where we want to return often for revival and restoration. In our psalm today, the psalmist David says, "God revives my soul." We all need revival or renewal or restoration from time to time. But we are too busy doing things, and we are kind of dragged along by the things happened in life. Burdens in life keep adding to our shoulders and gradually make us out of shape. But we are not actively aware of it, probably because until it is too late. We do not actually know how to take good care of ourselves, even though we are adults. Our Creator God knows that, and God is the one who knows how to take care of us. The imagery of shepherd and sheep in the Bible speaks a lot about our relationship with God. Don't know whether you want to be compared to a sheep. Sheep are not very smart animals. They wander into trouble. They need to be rescued. They need to be led. They need to be cared for. They need to be watched over. They got lost easily. They are very dependent animals. And so they really need a shepherd. But probably we will think that we are different. We are humans and we are smart. And so we prefer to be in charge. We prefer to be self-reliant. We prefer to be independent and not dependent on others for anything. Anything that we need, we can do for ourselves. And if we get stuck, we can always Google it or find answers from the internet. It is always interesting to see that the psalmist describes the relationship between the shepherd and the sheep as, "He makes me lie down in green pastures." When somebody makes another person do something, that implies that the other person does not want to do it, like my mom makes me do this. Right? Isn't it true that a sheep should enjoy lying down in green pasture? It is soft and comfortable. And when they're hungry, they can just enjoy the green grass without moving. Somehow, this seems like a vivid description of human relationship with God. God knows what is best for us. And we also know that God will give the best to us. But somehow, we want our way. Until there are times in life that we realize we really need a shepherd. There are things that we cannot do for ourselves. Unexpected things do happen, and we are not certain how to deal with them. Remember a few years ago when the pandemic hit. COVID-19 is just a virus, so small that we cannot even see them with human eyes. But it had taken a lot of lives, and it shattered a lot of things that people had built up through a lot of efforts. There are times in life when the night may be too dark for us to handle on our own. In times like these, we will humble ourselves, acknowledge our need for the nurturing love of the gentle shepherd, and rest in God, who anoints us with healing oil and revives our soul. When our souls are revived, we will be infused with new energy from God. Instead of feeling wearied or worried, we will have new courage and new strength to walk on in our life journey. Instead of keeping the routines and feel bored in life, we will have new insights and will look at life from a different perspective. We will have new visions and new dreams in life. Our priorities in life may become different. In this Easter season, a time for renewal, let us focus on our relationship with God, who is the source of revival and restoration. As Peter says in our second reading today, return to the shepherd and guardian of your soul. And as the early Christians did, they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and fellowship, the breaking of bread and the prayers. Nurture our relationship with God and align our will with God. Connect ourselves to the source of faith, hope, and love. Let God take us to the green pastures to feed our hungry souls. And let God lead us beside the still waters to nourish our thirsty souls. Slow down in life from time to time and focus on nurturing our relationship with God to be revived and restored so that we can shine brightly in the world. May the resurrected Christ, our great shepherd, be with each one of us to guide us along the right pathways. While the sermon is preached in Chinese, maybe you would like to think about, do you find life too hectic and stressful? Have you ever slowed down and spent more time with God in prayer or meditate on the Bible? Or just have a walk to appreciate the beauty of nature is also spiritual. The beauty of God's creation can remind us how amazing God is. 喺今日嘅詩篇裏邊，大衛話：上帝使我嘅靈魂甦醒。我哋都需要常常得到復興、更新或者恢復。不過我哋卻如忙於各種嘅事情，喺生活之中種種嘅際遇裏邊，係掛住往前走，好忙咁樣，生活嘅重擔就不斷咁加重，令到我哋身心靈都好疲倦。但係我哋往往冇留意到呢一點，直到為時已晚。儘管身為成年人，我哋都常常唔知道點樣可以好好照顧自己嘅。我哋嘅創造主上帝深深知道呢一點，佢亦都知道點樣去照顧我哋。聖經之中，牧羊人同埋羊嘅意象深刻咁揭示咗我哋同神之間嘅關係。我唔知道你中唔中意被比喻做羊？羊唔係一種聰明嘅動物，佢好容易迷路㗎。佢需要被拯救、被引導、被照顧、被看管。佢哋非常之依賴人，所以佢哋確實係需要牧羊人。但係我哋或者會認為，我自己唔同㗎，我哋係人嚟㗎嘛，人係萬物之靈，我哋聰明，我哋更加喜歡掌管一切，更加喜歡自力更生，喜歡獨立自主，唔中意依賴人。我哋所需要嘅一切，我哋認為自己都可以完成。如果真係遇到困難麻煩，我哋都去上網嗰度揾答案。詩篇嘅作者將牧羊人同埋羊嘅關係描述為：他使我躺臥在青草地上。呢個令人可以去深思一點，因為其實當一個人使另外一個人做某呢一啲嘅事情嘅時候，呢個意味住呢個人其實唔想做嗰樣嘢㗎。唔通羊唔喜歡瞓喺綠油油嘅草地上面咩？草地柔軟舒適，肚餓嘅時候仲可以唔使喐就可以有草食，幾舒服。不過呢一幅圖畫就似乎描述咗人同神之間嘅關係。神知道乜嘢係對我哋最好，亦都知道我哋都知道神會將最好嘅俾我哋，但唔知點解我哋總係想照自己嘅方式去行事。直至到人生出現一啲時刻，我哋先意識到自己真係需要一位牧羊人。有啲事情我哋自己係做唔到嘅，意想不到嘅事情會發生，我哋唔知道應該點樣去應對。人生總有一啲時刻黑夜係太過漫長，我哋獨自一人難以承受。喺咁樣嘅時刻，我哋要謙卑自己，承認自己需要嗰一個溫柔嘅牧者嘅牧養，並且喺上帝裏邊去安息，讓佢用醫治嘅油去膏抹我哋，去復興我哋嘅靈魂。當我哋靈魂復興嘅時候，我哋從上帝嗰度獲得新嘅力量，我哋不再感到疲倦或者憂慮，而係擁有新嘅勇氣、新嘅力量，繼續我哋嘅人生旅程。願復活主基督，我哋偉大嘅牧者，常常與我哋每一個人同在，指引我哋走上正確嘅道路。